two, part two, part two, part two, part two, part two, part two. Move, bitch, get out the way, don't fuck up my wave, I'm just trying to get paid. Stomach is grumbling, I'm hungry for more. Ski mask and track got me looking in store. Rap East Coast, shout out to Woody. Grinding for pockets that's fatter than Moni. Going LeBron in the paint for that money. Oh wait, I'm younger, it's more like I'm Brody. You can't knock my fucking hustle. I will never stumble, you your knees buckle, you crumble. Don't you try to pop my bubble. For the bag I'll never fumble, cause all my life I done struggle. Hustle time, all about the Buddha. Move, bitch, old school looter. Hustle time, stacking up bread. I don't give a shit, I'm just trying to get fed. Hustle time, watch as I shoot up. Move, bricks, gotta get my loot up. Hustle time, done when I'm dead. I don't give a shit, I'm just trying to get fed. Hustle time, all about the Buddha. Move, bitch, old school looter. Hustle time, stacking up bread. I don't give a shit, I'm just trying to get fed. Hustle time, watch as I shoot up. Move, bricks, gotta get my loot up. Hustle time, true. Done when I'm dead. I don't give a shit, I'm just trying to get fed.
The worst thing in this world's a friend. Surround yourself with family. Blood's not thicker than water. Sometimes water tastes bitter. Not talking about a family tree, but sometimes a stranger is the key. People gonna come in and out your life, but that's the way it's gonna be. You have to learn to control your circle. No man, no woman can make you do anything that you don't want to. The difference between learning a lesson and stupidity, wait for it, here it comes, when it happens more than once.
Hustle time, all about the Buddha. Move, bitch, old school looter. Hustle time, stacking up bread. I don't give a shit, I'm just trying to get fed. Hustle time, watch as I shoot up. Move, bricks, gotta get my loot up. Hustle time, done when I'm dead. I don't give a shit, I'm just trying to get fed. Hustle time, all about the Buddha. Move, bitch, old school looter. Hustle time, stacking up bread. I don't give a shit, I'm just trying to get fed. Hustle time, watch as I shoot up. Move, bricks, gotta get my loot up. Hustle time, done when I'm dead. I don't give a shit, I'm just trying to get fed.
Cop it, flip it, triple digit, profit pocket, no I got it. Sleeping on me, cool, that's fine, I'm up real early, so I shine. Crystals on me, shaman, bless your boy is glowing, haters stress. Show today, I'm up tomorrow, I'm just living on time borrowed. Jumping all in, ain't no stalling, they was busy, now they calling, get it, now don't wait for no one. Fuck the empire, I'm the rogue one, try and force me, I go willing. Catch me on the top, just chilling, blunt in hand, plan in mind, I think I do, I search, I find this.
Hustle time, all about the Buddha. Move, bitch, old school looter. Hustle time, stacking up bread. I don't give a shit, I'm just trying to get fed. Hustle time, watch as I shoot up. Move, bricks, gotta get my loot up. Hustle time, done when I'm dead. I don't give a shit, I'm just trying to get fed. Hustle time, all about the Buddha. Move, bitch, old school looter. Hustle time, stacking up bread. I don't give a shit, I'm just trying to get fed. Hustle time, watch as I shoot up. Move, bricks, gotta get my loot up. Hustle time, done when I'm dead. I don't give a shit, I'm just trying to get fed.
Well, it's all about Chics and Flics. It's all about me and Truth. And it's all about the CUDA. I got a good CUDA. I'm just saying.
Oh, gosh.
We are back. It is a chick.
It's been a while.
A dick. And we need another chick. But until such time, I'm just going to enjoy all the spotlight.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely been a while, E.
It's been a while. I'm so glad to be back.
Definitely. But I forgot how much of a mess you was.
You're not getting rid of me. Let's just make that
nobody
clear.
Going nowhere.
Whoever's coming got to sit next to me. Okay?
Oh, it's definitely.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I mean, I work hard, right?
Absolutely. I always tell you your grind is kind of unmatchable, man. You put the time and effort and work in, you know.
Yes.
Definitely.
I appreciate the platform.
I appreciate you coming through.
Vibe. We have a new spot. What else can we do but
yeah. Definitely gonna have some fun. Sorry for the time. I know we didn't really, for those individuals who are gonna see this, we really didn't have an opportunity to really push and let you know exactly what time we are. We have a lot of things going on, and this is just an opportunity that me and E had the opportunity to both be free.
And we're always on.
Yeah, we're always doing things. You know, just because you don't see a show or you may not see a photo, we're both always moving in a positive direction and always moving forward. So don't think just because you don't see us, you don't hear from us, that, you know, nothing's going on. That's the furthest from the truth. So what you been up to, E?
Oh, it's just doing my show on Thursday nights, Boss Lady Chronicles.
Give them the time and everything. Give them the time and everything.
Thursday nights, nonfictionradio.com. I'm late night Boston from 8 to 10. I move from Friday afternoons because I'm just a night person. I'm enjoying the nightlife, and it gives me an excuse to put the kids to bed, get out there, doing my show, and then I can slide off after the show is over.
Okay, so what's the difference to you as far as going from doing it in the morning to now switching to the kind of like, evening?
Okay, so yeah, 8 o'clock is not late night, but
everybody's home.
I've coined it late night Boston because it's the beginning of the night. So you start with me, you end up, you ready to go out, you listen to the things that have gone on in the week. I've given some great information and advice on, different topics. Just always being a lover of information. I like to be in the evenings where a lot of people are home and more people are tuning in. So that's great.
Okay. Nothing wrong with that. Home, chilling, nothing wrong with that. I'd be like wired by that time. Like,
yes, the party starts at 8. You got a date at 8. Everybody check us out. Boss Lady Chronicles, Thursday nights, nonfictionradio.com. As we were saying, Chics and Flics, I have a radio show. This is my talk show. I always had a dream to have a talk show. So you are allowing me to fulfill that as well.
Oh, man, I appreciate coming through. Have fun. We do a lot of things outside of here also, so it's always a pleasure and it's always fun.
Definitely.
Oh, man.
The respect is always there.
Always.
When you're trying to do something with people, the respect level has to be there,
Yeah.
You're not going to always agree.
Of course not.
We don't just fight on screen.
No, we don't.
But the respect is there.
It's always outside, inside.
The partnership is there, so that's all that really matters.
I always tell everybody, to me, the greatest thing what people have to understand is the best thing you can always do is to agree to disagree.
Yes.
There is no right, there is no wrong. Each individual is their own individual person. And no matter what, we still here. So, continue to hope and wish. It's not going to happen. All right.
You mean?
Pretty much.
We go with it.
For those of you who see that, if you are a young lady, don't matter. I don't care about your shape, your size, your color. If you think you're great in front of the camera, you think you can mesh with us, definitely reach out to us. Everything on every social media platform is True Vibe TV, Instagram, our website, Facebook. Just get in contact with us and let us know. We'll love to sit down and converse with you and hopefully bring you on as a part of the team, because we definitely do have a lot of things coming up in the works. And if I'm not mistaken, what's name should be starting up soon? The film festival out in Newark.
Yes.
We'll be out there.
More screenings. We're going out.
He got some films that's about to come out, so we're definitely gonna have some fun.
We love being on location. So you guys invite us to come and cover your events.
Oh, we'd love to do that.
We'll come out. We'll make it happen, and then give you footage that you can use later.
Absolutely, man, absolutely. All right, E, you ready to get this baby started?
I'm ready. All right,
first up. All right, so we have my man Donald Glover, who's, I love how he's pretty much been kind of quiet, loud.
Right.
We had a season Atlanta 1 that's on FX, which I thought was phenomenal. I loved it. Be truthful, honestly, I'm trying to get past season 2. It's definitely different than season 1.
In what way?
He considers this season to be kind of Robin season. A lot of things going on, but to me, no disrespect to him and his craft, I just think his character doesn't fit what it was in season 1. Now I'm going to finish it, and hopefully things change, but I wasn't able to run through it like I was Atlanta season 1. But he's getting a lot of popularity, a lot of clout, and not just with his music, which that Redbone song is fire. I can listen to that all day. Had a nice little old school feel to it, but a lot of the younger crowd can truly relate to it. But
did that song come before the movie, or was that song for the soundtrack of Get Out?
I'm trying to think. If I'm not mistaken, I think it came out around after. I could be wrong. But I think it came around the same time. I'm not sure if it was on the soundtrack. Was it though?
Yeah, it was.
It was? Okay,
the
could be
opening
wrong.
of the movie Get Out.
Get out of here.
The opening scene when he's in the bathroom getting ready for the trip.
Yeah, I gotta watch that
Girl.
again. I love that movie. I watched it, but I haven't had the opportunity to watch it again because I'm trying to catch up on a lot of other different things.
See, that's what we do for each other.
Sure.
Some you don't know, I pick it up. What I
Thank
don't know,
you.
you pick it up.
Thank you so much. But it probably definitely was. Like I said, it gave a great platform out. Get Out was a phenomenal movie from a great comedian who sat on it for a couple of years and finally got an opportunity to get it out there, and it made a lot of money, a lot of great. I guess you could say a lot of innuendos that were in there because a lot of people may not know that's how a lot of the slaves were sold back in the days with the bingo cards and a lot of different things. It was a great movie. But they're saying that it was renewed for the 3rd season. So shout out to him and
he says
cast.
it's gonna be like Kanye's graduation.
As far as the album, or
The album, he says that it's going to be. I don't know what he means by that.
I know what he means. What did he put down?
He says Atlanta season 3 will be like Kanye's graduation. So enlighten me on what that means.
All right. Those who may or may not know, back in the days, Kanye West was. What's the best way I could put it? He was a little more pro-black.
Okay.
It's a little different. Those you may or may not know, Graduation was all about. This was the Kanye that stood on Saturday Night Live and said George Bush don't like black people.
Right. What happened?
He lost a
What
lot of
became?
sponsorship for it, and this was that pro-black, all about my people Kanye West. Where as far as now, it's more about him and his family, like that Gold Digger song, you leave your ass for a white girl. He's actually dating a white girl now, Kim Kardashian. And a lot of people, I noticed something about her that I didn't notice until I really, really thought about it. Now, he could have done a lot worse, if you ask me. Now, you hear Kim doing the porn.
Right.
You hear Kim doing this and doing that, but one thing you've never heard is Kim cheating. Or Kim getting cheated on.
Oh wow.
Those are two things you've never heard about her. And
Reggie Bush didn't cheat on her?
Huh?
That's not
Nah, they went through their little situation. Oh, I think he did cheat. My bad. I had to take that back.
Yeah.
We'll take that back. Early age.
I guess she doesn't get cheated on a lot.
But I think it was a Reggie. But
cheated on. Nice.
She don't. Everyone
No
gets
one's
cheated
too
on.
beautiful. Beyonce. If Beyonce could get cheated on, Kim K, come on. But I mean, you had it.
But I've heard her going out there do nonsense.
Right.
I'm still not sure about the Reggie, but I think he did. Or, I think the Reggie thing. I could be wrong. I think the Reggie thing is he didn't want to marry her.
Right. True. That's true.
Now Reggie didn't want to get married, so I don't really consider that like a real serious relationship. Mm-hmm. It's just somebody that unfortunately, a lot of times in relationships, the physicality is good. It feels good. You like being around a person, and even though someone doesn't think the way you think, you don't want to get rid of that great feeling you have. So
that's not enough to want to.
Well,
make it official. Commit.
I mean, to be honest with you, there are a lot of people out here, men and women, that people will sleep with but not date. To actually sit there and claim them,
right?
Or walk down the street with them in daylight,
right?
At 12 in the afternoon, 2 o'clock, be seen in a public place with them is a big difference. So I'm pretty sure Reggie Bush was the whole not wanting to get married, but that I love about her. I don't care what a person's skin color is, but I love the fact that that's a woman to me who don't mind going through the trials and tribulations it is to please her man, whether it's putting a finger in his ass or taking it up the ass, whatever it is.
Listen,
she's down with it.
I'm on her team for that. I think she gets a bad rap. The consensus is that the whole family are soul snatchers.
They're witches.
They're taking the black culture and using it to their advantage. But I think in her support, right? She's a good mom. I mean, how hard is it to be a good mom though if you got a bunch of nannies? If you got a bunch of nannies or you have a nanny. But what I mean is she carries herself well. She's a wife and she acts like a wife. You know what I mean? Even it's got to be hard as hell to be married to Kanye. So I'll give her that. Of course, she just got believe her name was Anne Marie Johnson, pardoned by President Trump. So she took on the prison reform issue, and I think she's gonna keep going with it. Oh God.
No, I feel you. I'm sorry. Like, if you want to talk about prison reform, Kim Kardashian isn't the first person that would come up to my mind. But the fact that she did get someone out of prison, I got to give her credit for that. For all the hell I give them and call them witches and stuff like that.
Where credit is
but
due.
you got to give when you get a person released from jail. I can't be mad at that at all.
It was the thong, Kim Thong. It was the thong that made Trump do what she wanted. She just needs to keep wearing thongs to the White House and he'll let everybody out.
It was something. I think what it is she made sure she talked on an angle so he could see the ass.
Right.
He could see the voluptuousness and stuff like that. So
he wasn't
it helped.
Listening. He just said,
he just was like, point to who you want fucking release and we're going to make it happen.
Exactly.
All that other stuff. But again, like I said, I give her credit. So from him saying it's going to be the Kanye graduation where it was more pro-black.
I think he's saying that because of, the fact that some people think that he is exploiting us just as well as other people.
Let's be honest about it. People beat him down because his wife or his girlfriend is white.
That's a part of it.
It kills me. Someone posted on Facebook, and I mean no disrespect to the person, but I went in on him.
Why?
To me, because I said happiness isn't a color, it's a feeling.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't care if the person is purple, beige, whatever it is. If that person makes you happy, that's all that matters. I think, unfortunately, a lot of times, you have some men that want to be well taken care of. They want their woman to cook and clean. Mm-hmm. And I'm sorry, there aren't a lot of black women that do that. Most black women these days are taught to be independent, to be the man in the family. You don't need a man. Not saying every black female, but a lot of them. You still have some women that still know how to go home and cook meals.
I have to say something.
Yes.
Since I'm a black woman.
Yes.
I will agree with you, although I've never been in an interracial relationship.
Okay.
I do find that some of the interracial relationships, like let's just say Dennis Rodman, for example.
Okay.
Like somebody, oftentimes, not all the time, is someone who. Okay, the argument has come up about black culture and white culture and Drake, right? We're gonna get into Drake.
Right.
But there was a post that Drake really is, he's really not a part of black culture. If you really sit down and talk with him, he's really a Jewish white boy that has more white culture. But I say all that to say, sometimes people who can relate to other cultures who have not been brought up around just black people are easier to be in an interracial relationship.
Okay.
Because you've been around the
other cultures, different people
so you
raised different
understand
places.
them better. A lot of our problems with racism is more so beyond the skin color, is the fact that they don't relate to us. They don't understand us. So your statement about black women being taught to be independent is almost, and if I didn't really think you was like my dog, I would say that that's close to the slavery is a choice comment, because it's not a choice. Listen, a lot of us black women were girls and we were brought up in single parent households. So we did not necessarily see
the man
what
in the household.
A woman should do with a man.
That's what I'm saying. That's
we
how
were
you're
not
being
taught
raised.
Not to do
Well,
for
ain't
the
that
man.
the same thing, being raised and
It's
taught,
not
if that's
being
what
taught
you're
because
being
the mothers did not choose to be single.
A lot of times they didn't have a choice. So it's not It's not like it's something they sought out to do or something they wanted to happen.
It's something that wasn't modeled for them.
Right.
So, I'll help you alter that statement a little bit because some of us don't know what to do.
Understood.
We don't know what to do beyond the bedroom and the thongs and like you just said, that's not gonna be enough. And some of us are angry because we feel like we get the short end of the stick. Because when a guy gets successful, a lot of times he wants to go and choose another race. Now you're saying we know Chinese women are very submissive.
That's what a lot of people do. They go to. Unfortunately, you have a lot of people who want to go to individuals that they can actually pretty much control and run. I'm not feeling that. I'm not cool with that. I don't think that's cool. My whole thing is just more lines of the actual individuals who,
think it's cute to be like, I'm not doing
No, I'm not
this
saying
and I'm not
cute to
doing
that. I'm just saying just more the opportunity, truly able to understand what's going on in a specific situation or.
Right.
I'm sorry, I have to say it this way, just more when to shut the fuck up. You have a lot of black women who don't know when to do it.
I'll agree on that part. I'll agree on that part. But like, it's
on and on.
It still goes with not knowing and seeing and thinking. Like I said, thinking it's cute to say, "Oh, he's not gonna tell me what to do," or "I'm not gonna." That's not cool. It's not cool to say, "I'm not gonna." I don't cook. He takes me out to eat. That gets very played out. So, I was gonna even ask you. I can't go through Instagram without, a lot of Instagram models who seem to be winning. They, a lot of strippers are winning. But at the end of the day, are they also pulling up the rest of the list of what they should do? Or do they get a pass because they know how to twerk? I just want to know.
Here's my thing. I think, unfortunately...
Do you understand what I'm saying?
No, I understand what you're saying. Again, I don't see color. Michelle's white. Mm-hmm. But it's just, to me, it's just more lines of, I think it's all about a person's happiness. Michelle, she can cook, but in the situation, our relationship, I'm the cook. Okay. I love to cook. I don't have any issues with that. Mm-hmm. She's the cleaner. I can't stand to clean. Mm-hmm. So I think, if you find an individual that works for you in your situation, I don't care what color it is. I just don't like when someone bashes someone just because they're with someone of an opposite sex.
Right.
And again, this is a man who's been with this woman for a while.
They got
2 kids together.
3.
So it's not like he waited till yeah, that's right.
Chicago is the newest addition.
So it's
although
not
she didn't have her,
but it's coming. Yeah,
it's there.
So it's just not like, okay, he had the show, he got the the album deal. He found the first white chick he could, and he was happy as hell.
You're talking about Donald or Kanye?
Donald.
Oh, so I'm thinking of the 3 kids, Chicago, North, and
Oh, no. I'm talking about Donald.
Okay, they have 2 kids.
They got 2
I didn't know
kids,
that.
and she's white.
Are they married?
So I'm not sure if they're married.
Okay.
Maybe you can look that up real quick.
Okay.
But I know, that they've been dating for a while. They have a couple of kids.
Okay.
And women went in on him. Just because of the fact that she was white. Not the fact that she makes him feel good or, maybe.
The question remains, if you are black and an activist, does it take some of the credit away from you if you're not committed to being in a black relationship at the same time? It's just like the flip side of Kim Kardashian. Is she the great white hope? You just said. Other people did prison reform before her. Why now? Because Kim Kardashian is doing it. It's like, prison reform, like it's a new thing.
Well, I wouldn't go to her for it. No one, like if I wanted to open a club or I needed a guest list, I would run to Kim Kardashian.
Okay.
But as far as prison reform,
right.
But I will give her credit again because she did get someone released from prison. I don't care if that person was white, black, or whatever.
Right.
You have someone that was behind bars that is no longer behind bars.
Right.
And
first time offense.
Right.
But
now
there are
has
so many other. There's so many other people in the same situation.
Well, she didn't have to do it. I don't know if it was, whatever it was, but she, she helped with it.
Right.
And I always give her credit for that. I definitely will. Again, I just, my whole thing is, people went in on him because, it
was surprising.
It wasn't shocking to me. Because what a lot of people may not understand who his father was. That's Danny Glover's son.
I thought they're not related.
They're not related?
I thought no, they're not related.
I could swear that was his son. Maybe
that's what everybody thinks
I gotta
because
look
of the
stuff
last
up too.
name.
I gotta look stuff. I could swear that was his son. I hope if I'm wrong, I apologize. But
no.
Again, it's just like you said earlier. Like if a person's raised in a specific area, just like You know, you have white people who were raised in
black, and they
black
and a
areas.
lot, and they end up
And they don't touch nothing but black men.
and some thank God for the the white guys that like black women, because geez, you know, Tamika,
Right.
daughter just had a baby by a white boy.
Really?
And when I looked at some of the pictures, they've been together since like they were teenagers. Like they look
Nice.
like they're in their early 20s. But there are some boys who either had a black nanny and always loved black, like just had this fantasy.
It's not the fantasy. It's just like I always tell people, we date our mothers and
Right.
fathers.
Right.
So if you had, for those individuals who may have had money, and then you had the black or Spanish nanny, and that's who you was raised with. So you're gonna date the person that raised you, because that's what you saw. That's what you've grown to love. That's what you've grown to respect.
Right.
That complexion. So that's what you go to.
Right.
And then sometimes there are other ways where you tell someone not to do something, and when a person wants to be rebellious, that's the first thing they'll do is do what you told them not to do.
Okay, so they are married.
They are married.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations. Now, is that his son? You would look that up for me, please. I don't want to be wrong about it. I'm telling everyone.
Is that
Donald Glover?
Danny Glover's? I promise you, I don't think so.
Okay, I could have swore it was, because I'm saying this guy has been raised around money, and so it wasn't like, when you go to certain areas that are upper echelon, upper class, you're going to run into a couple of, maybe a handful of minorities, but you're going to be 90 to 95% predominantly white.
Right.
That's just pretty much how it's going to be.
Well, look, when I started the search, I said, is Donald Glover related to? And the first thing that comes up is Savion Glover. Now, how come you didn't think of Savion, but you thought of Danny?
I didn't think about that.
I've always heard that he's not.
Okay.
No.
No?
No, they're not related.
Okay, my bad. Apologies.
I mean, that's it's normal, common.
Right.
They're in the same industry. You would think that's his son.
I thought it
was. The funny thing
is
is that Denzel Washington's son is an actor, but we never hear about him.
That is true. And then it was crazy because you said Denzel Washington is the actor, and when Denzel was like he wants to kind of pass the baton, he didn't say anything about passing the baton to his son. He said he wanted to pass the baton to Michael B. Jordan.
Wow.
Who's definitely holding his own. So, shout out to Donald Glover.
Why did 50 going on him?
Yeah.
I don't want to bring that up.
Oh, my God.
All right.
So shout out to him, and congratulations on season 3.
Yes.
My personal opinion, I don't care who you dating. If you love her, continue to treat her right. Because I don't care if a woman was raised in the suburbs, ask Tiger Woods. White girl will go upside your head with a motherfucking billy club.
Yes.
That white girl wasn't fucking playing, boy. She said 9-9. I got a 9-9 for your motherfucking ass. So it doesn't matter where a person was raised. I just say, in my personal opinion, date someone that's going to treat you in the way you want to be treated. And I'm not just saying from a spoil. I want a guy to take me out every single day. I mean a person that, pretty much treats you with respect and holds you in great regards.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to go through season 2. I'm not telling you not to watch it. Watch it. I'm looking forward to season 3. Continue to do your thing. It's good to see someone who not only is of color, but that acting class is predominantly black. Mm-hmm. More than I can say for Oprah, who got one black person on her staff.
We're not going to talk about
just throwing
Oprah.
shots at them. Can't help it. So shout out to you. Congratulations. And we're going to move on.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'll let you go first.
Oh, this is like so much. First of all, shout out to Pusha T. I definitely want to say this to me. I'm not disrespecting Pusha T in anything. I think I respect him very well. Not just as a solo artist back in the days with the Clips and his brother. I always thought he was very talented. I always thought he had bars. But I want to give him mad credit because you had Drake, who's considered number 1, the man on the top of the hill, the man who gets things done, and that went at everybody, and then no one can go after him, and all you could say about him was ghostwriter this, ghostwriter that, but you really couldn't really move him from that pedestal.
Right.
And the reason I say that whole David Goliath thing, I think Drake took this man too lightly. Because he slaughtered Drake. Like, he hurted him. He put a lot of things out there.
I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard after that song,
right?
Drake was offering like $100,000 to get some information.
He offered. Here's the thing, like he went at the man, and it was nice. You know, Drake does what he normally does. He goes at somebody. He goes at him hard. It's a great song, and everyone's like, "All right, Pusha T's next. It's gonna be all right." But then Pusha T came out. You like, he shut internet down. He shut everything down. Every pop star, comedian, rapper, actor was commenting on it.
Right.
100%. I'm not even gonna say 99.999. No, everyone said Drake took the L. And you know, when you take a lash in the fact that because this man put things out there, and people understand Drake has always had a squeaky clean persona. He's always been that guy. He may not be like that in person, but he always had that great persona. I'm a great guy. I mean, I'm a good individual.
We all love Drake because he got on stage and professors love to Rihanna, and we're like, when is somebody gonna do that for me? I mean, so yeah, he's a lover, not a fighter. You gotta understand that.
Okay, I give him that credit. He still took the L, but you know, I think he took it lightly, and the guy slayed him, but. Pusha T said a lot of things that 99% of his fans didn't know. And the fact that he did have a son. We'll get into a little more of that in a few.
Yes.
That he did have a son. And who he had the son by. It was a lot of rumors, a lot of different things. And that opened a lot of people's eyes up to who he actually is. Not was, who he actually is. Because it's more the lines of, wow. What type of person doesn't take care? Not saying that he doesn't take care of his son.
Right.
Because obviously that girl went to the child support case immediately after she got that paternity test. But, you know, not being there for him and saying this and saying that. So when someone knows that much, and I want to say this to Drake, you need to reevaluate your camp, homie. The fact that this gentleman knew that much about your personal information means there's a lot of people around you that claim to be cool with you, claim to be your friend, and they're not. Because there's no way in hell this man should have knew that kind of information about you. But, you know, so you want to come back at him. So, yeah, you're going to offer $100,000 to anybody that got anything bad about him. But Pusha T is that guy who's more lines of, I have no skeletons in my closet.
Yeah.
Lose your money if you want.
Right.
Now, I did hear he did come out with a diss track. But the diss track was more of him dissing Kanye West and not Pusha T. Because, again, there's not really much to say about the man. So a lot of people
kind of... I don't know much about his personal life either, though.
I mean, the guy's, pretty... I'm not saying he's squeaky clean.
I heard in the song that he is engaged. I don't know who his fiance
He's engaged,
is.
and he just didn't like the fact that, Drake brought up his future wife or wife at the time name. Again... People who may not know about Drake. Drake is a guy who wants to sleep with your girl. Literally. He makes it his...
Yeah, he seems like the kind of...
He's that snake-ass dude,
I don't like guys like
he's
that.
The guy that wants to sleep with your babe because he's done it.
Yeah.
He's done it throughout his whole career. He slayed girls that you with. And now, that's... I guess that's kind of like his bucket list type situation. You dating a girl, he wants to smash her.
Right.
That faggot shit you say to me.
Yeah, that's
personally.
not cool.
Yeah.
But I do want to... speak up for him when I get a chance.
Go ahead.
Okay, so for one, he had to take the L, right? So that just gives me inspiration and motivation, and I'm just hoping that somebody will get 50. But that's a segue. But I mean, the fact that somebody could bring Drake down, I'm like, who's coming for 50? Because 50 deserves it, with his arrogance. But Drake. When I was reading up on the story, there were rumors about this girl, Sophie Knows Best is her Instagram, which has since been made private. So that says something about her, because if she was just looking for shine, she would have another 1 million followers. I don't know how many followers she had at the time, but she made her page private since this incident.
Let's be real. She's looking for shine. I'm serious. This is a porn star. This is a porn star.
Well,
No, she is a porn star.
They said it was soft
Let's
porn.
just period. There's no soft. I mean, when you spread your legs, I give her credit. She wasn't taking nuts in the face or getting her ass bust on camera. On
that
camera.
no poor Tierra Marie, but anyway.
You gotta tell me about that one. I didn't hear about that one.
You didn't see?
Nah.
She's suing 50. You didn't see the video?
Nah, see, I gotta do
Nut
that.
all over her face.
Really? Oh, my
Yeah, but we'll
gosh.
talk about that too. But go ahead.
But she, you know, she didn't take nuts all over the face. She was getting blown out by all the dudes in the industry. All of her videos were solo. Her, you know, oiling up her body, which is phenomenal. Face, I think she needs a nose job.
She's not.
She needs a serious nose job. No disrespect. That's just my opinion. I think if she take
can
care,
get it now.
if she take care, all right. Those of you who saw Kim Kardashian before surgery. That's another young lady who needed, and a lot of her sisters who needed a nose job. They got one.
Right.
She's gonna get some work done on the nose, and she'll look pretty or whatever. But the body is fucking phenomenal, and it's all natural. So yeah, she's been porn. You know, you could go on major porn sites and put in her stage name. I ain't gonna help you with that. And find out.
Sophie something.
Yeah.
I got it.
And well, no, Sophie's her name, but her porn name was different.
Oh yeah, right.
So you're going there and you'll see her oiling up that big buttocks and the chest and legs wide open, exposing the vagina and all that other stuff. And you had Drake, who pretty much had her sign a confidentiality agreement, and they cleaned her act up. You know, they cleaned it up, you know, and from what I hear, the son is blonde hair, blue eyes. But you have to remember she is of French descent.
Right.
And his mother is white. So for those you were saying, how could something like that happen? You have a great mixture putting these two together. And, you know, a lot of people didn't believe this young lady because she did put some things out there about him, and then she exposed the text messages and a lot of other things that she did have on him.
I wonder why she got deported, though. That's what they're saying, actually.
I don't know. Maybe she did. Because remember, a lot of people in the industry feel some type of way with a lot of this Weinstein going on. You know, that casting the couch is serious, people. Maybe she didn't want to fuck somebody.
Oh.
Maybe she didn't want to suck nobody's dick. And at the end of the day,
Yeah,
you know,
she don't have to now.
She don't have to now.
She has the one good one.
So
that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, the girl that's supposedly pregnant by Offset, she went on camera talking about she's gonna ask for $100,000. What was it? No, $10,000 a week for child support.
Hey, if he got the money and he was able, here's the thing that kills me about these, especially this kind of generation. If you know, because allegedly this young lady has been ran through certain industry artists. Now she may have not took a nut in the face on camera.
Right.
She's been taking nuts in the face for a minute. If you and him, I guess this kind of like backfired on him. You want to fuck with the same chick everybody else fuck with, how it goes, but how you gonna run in it raw?
That's what I was
And
gonna say.
not just running it raw, but busting it.
I was gonna say that because actually, you know, when the rumors started about them, they were in France having dinner.
And that's when he canceled his tour. He canceled it.
Oh, she made him cancel a tour?
No, he canceled a couple of shows that he had. And at the time he canceled it, they took a photo of him and her out having dinner. And there's like, well, he ain't sick if he's out having dinner.
Right.
And that is the weekend she got pregnant.
Right. And what I'm saying is you're in a whole nother country and you meet this woman and you nut in her like you said. And I mean, one issue is pregnancy, but aren't we, and no one's concerned about the health anymore?
Here's the thing. I'll be real with you on this one. If you are going to sleep with someone, a porn star would be the best person to sleep with.
Oh, because they always have to take.
They always have to take drugs.
So maybe she showed her.
They always have to take.
I like doing that.
It's
too.
weekly. It's. I think it has with them. It's
yeah, 'cause I don't
weekly
like
or
rubbers.
bi-weekly. They have to take STD tests.
Yeah, I'm not into condoms. So when I start, you know, seeing somebody, I might say, let's show each other or take a new test and show
Let's
the
go
results.
together. Let's sit down together.
But the problem with that is if somebody cheats on you,
Well, I mean, during is nothing you can. It's not really much you can do.
Yeah, you was good until.
Like I knew you was good in the beginning.
I met you. I don't know if you're still good.
In the beginning, you were good, but you know, once we got together,
risks, to be honest.
Drake is worth $90 million.
$90 million.
So these two, he had her sign to.
Call me, Drake.
He had her sign to whistle.
I don't need no kids.
You just need well, you can
a
see
nice dinner.
they go hand in hand. They go hand in hand.
Well, yeah, but you know,
gotta have the kid to get the child support, whatever. But they came up with a deal that I guess she was satisfied with. Again, he's worth $90 million. He's about to launch this big Adidas.
All right, so what is the story that his son has something to do
He
with that?
wanted to introduce his son to the world through the Adidas
promo.
promo.
So he wanted money for that.
It was money, you know.
Wow.
And Pusha T destroyed that by letting the world know he had a son before the big promotion come, and it fucked his money up.
Yeah.
But to Drake's maybe defense, no one has still seen what his son looks like publicly type stuff. So I guess hopefully it didn't really mess his deal, because I don't fuck with to do money. Hopefully it didn't fuck up his Adidas money. You know, so again, they signed a nice little deal, and he was allowed to go and clean her social media up. So if anybody was a fan of Sophie prior to this contract agreement, she had videos of her oiling her ass.
Oh, but no
on her Instagram. She did a lot of...
but it's not like that anymore.
Oh, hell no. The only photos you see in there now is her and her son.
Oh, okay.
Her dressed nicely, and she's well proportioned, which is naturally. But it's not really much she can hide of her figure. But it's not like she's sitting there wearing thongs and a lot of other things she was wearing
well, again,
prior.
She doesn't have to do it anymore.
Right.
Just like Cardi says, I don't dance now. I make money.
Put it like this. You do have a lot of individuals who would still want to do those things and still want the child support. So shout out to her for that, and shout out to Drake's team.
Some are just
super rap, yes.
And they're happy to be thoughts.
Yes.
They're not trying to get out of the thought
I agree
game.
with you on that
That's
one.
what they are, and they
Right.
love it, and they're proud.
Yeah.
Because
true.
I say Johnny Blaze, as much as she sings well, and Waka Flocka's mom's trying to get her off the pole.
Right.
Because the last time I saw Love and Hip Hop, she was very upset with her for still stripping. Lately, her lives are in front of the strip club, and I mean, what I've seen, she's still stripping.
You look at it from this standpoint. As much as you would want this individual, yes, to stop stripping and doing this and that, what a lot of people may or may not understand is she has a lifestyle to continue to keep.
Right, and if
whether
her
where
songs
she
are not making the
lives,
money,
her vehicles.
right.
So if I do have a deal with you to
and
record,
you're not giving me the money
I'm not
to replace
bringing in
that,
the
you
money
can't tell me
in.
what to do. I agree with that.
I'm not bringing in the money I used to bring in, and I still have to keep a certain lifestyle, and I do give Cardi B all the credit in the world for that, because this is the one who told you she did not want to be on the stripper pole anymore.
But why is she still twerking? Like, she's twerking in her concerts as if she was still...
Well, that's different. That's a concert. People are paying to see her, unlike people paying to get into a strip club and you getting a cut, or you have to give someone a cut out of your money.
And you got to pick up all those dollars
right,
off
you know
the
what I mean? Now it's a little different.
You get a check.
Yeah, so, you know, it's everyone's there to see her, not see her and other artists or other things or whatever.
Right.
So, but this is a young lady who, I'm sorry, you can say whatever you want, she took nuts to the face too. But this is a woman who really wanted to change her lifestyle. Similar to the other Love and Hip Hop girl,
don't
Jocelyn.
say Tommy.
Jocelyn, who wanted to get off of the strip pole. She did. She might have to go back. I don't know if she's making as much money as she used to, or whatever the situation may be. But she still has a nice little child support from Stevie.
Right.
But, you know...
Well, I mean, not really, because, you know, when you have child support, and I know firsthand, it doesn't mean they're paying. And, you know, they're facing jail time, as he was, and they're still not paying. So you're not getting the money.
Here's the thing. Take it from a guy who was on child support. For those individuals who are in... If you're a superstar, you're going to pay that shit, motherfucker. I'm telling you right fucking now. There's only but so long you pay this creek. But here's the thing. When you start making money is when people start going after you. A lot of people may or may not remember the very, very first season of Love and Hip Hop. Stevie was walking everywhere because he didn't have a vehicle. But he had the Love and Hip Hop, and Puff wanted to go on tour again. He started making money.
Right.
People started going back to him to do songs and produce tracks or whatever the situation may be. So he started making more dollars. So once you start bringing in money, again, now he's going back and forth to court. So here's the thing with that situation. Let's say Stevie owes $1 million. I don't know the exact amount. Let's just say $1 million. Stevie's going to come up and he's going to say, you know what? I got 200 grand right now.
Right.
Court's going to say, give me that.
Yeah.
All right, now here's the problem. If he had, like him, he has like 7, 8 kids, that money's going to be split up. And depending on kid 7, kid 6, kid 8, you're not going to get as good of a portion as you would kid 3, kid 4. Now, a lot of his kids are grown, so they're not able to collect that money.
But it's still arrears.
Well, it's arrears. But
so
the kids
still
can,
gonna get the
now that
money.
the kids, the adults, the kids can say they don't want it.
Oh, really?
Because the kids are adult, and once they hit 18, it goes to them. It doesn't go to the
so they can
mothers
cancel
anymore.
his arrears?
They can cancel it.
I didn't know that.
They can go, or even the mother can
And
say.
I mean, obviously he's in their lives.
Yeah,
and
even
they
the
were
mother
very
can
upset
say.
when they heard that he might go to jail.
Yeah, well,
for
two of
that.
the mother kids with their parents, two of the kids' mother affected the situation.
Okay.
All right, you do have some instances where a mother can say, you know what, I don't want the money anymore.
Oh.
That does happen. Let's say, for instance, let's say a guy owes 50 grand in back child support. And guy can say, listen, I'll give you 20 grand cash right now. You
So
just got to
drop
go
it.
to court and say, I don't want it anymore. And she signs the whole thing off and she takes the 20 grand and
I
she's
never
out.
knew you could sign off
Oh,
the
hell yeah.
arrears, though.
Oh, hell yeah. When it comes to money, it's like a bargain issue. Just like when you a debt collector or whatever,
Right.
you owe money.
Yeah.
You know, hey, listen, yours 10 grand, we'll take 1,500 right now.
Right.
You know, because a lot of that shit was interest and all that other, and your bill probably started off at 200 or 1,000.
Yeah.
The fact that they're getting something back for it, they'll take it and just send you on your way.
Okay.
So, in this situation, hey, listen, again, the song You Took an L, I don't know if you are a part of your son's life or not. I'm not sure. I'm not in your circle, but I would hope you would be. But unfortunately, a lot of times, a lot of things are repeated. This is a man whose father wasn't in his life.
Right.
Via the song, his father left a lot early in his life.
Yeah, but they made
recently,
amends, right?
They kind of made amends. But at the end of the day, you still can't. There's no way to make up for not being there for the first graduation. We could talk it out. But there are a lot of things that, a father wasn't there to see.
Right.
Or be a part of.
Right.
To watch him walk down graduation, to be there for his first TV show, or his first $1 million, his first contract. A lot of things a person would love to be able to tell their parents,
Right.
look at my success, look what I've done. But to his extent, to his defense, he's forgiven his father, and it don't matter if anybody else forgives the father or not. The only thing that matters is the relationship between him and his son.
Yeah, because that void is always there. And,
Yes.
you're still, I don't care how grown you get, you're still a child in regards to a parent that was missing. You still have that void, and you want that relationship a lot of times. Unless you saw your dad beat your mom damn near to death, something like that. When the absent parent, unfortunately, a lot of times, appears to be the hero. Like, the child doesn't want to, because the child wants the relationship, they won't step on that parent's toes and give them a hard time. They only give the hard time to the parent that's struggling, taking care of them, can't, waiting for the food stamps. The other parent is like, oh, well, if I say something, he might disappear again, so I don't want to,
You don't want to
offend him.
I say kiss my ass. I don't give a fuck how you feel. But
I swear,
to
that's
me, it's just,
crazy.
Unfortunately, it happens when they're young. Yes, it does. She greedy as hell. I hope y'all see that, right? She
I'm
going
hungry.
ham on that candy. But a lot of times what happens is you have a lot of, because they're young. And, they,
Right.
they see the other friends and the other kids, and father dropping them off
Right.
to work, school, or whatever. And, they see, other men in your life. And
That's so
that man's not the daddy.
That's so unfair.
But
for
what
kids.
happens is once the kid gets older, and that's all I tell people, take the punishment now. But when they reach an age when they can properly comprehend things,
Right.
all that shit's going bye-bye.
Right.
Because they know that it wasn't the way it was actually taught to them. Or the way it actually went down, or that way it actually happened. So keep fighting, keep striving, and at the end of the day, it will get better for you. And what will wind up happening is that anger and passion that was directed towards you will now be directed towards the other individual who told the lies or who wasn't there.
Yeah, and when they get rich, they're gonna take care of the mama.
Yeah, or daddy, how it goes, But, again, shout out to you. Again, I give this young lady credit because she did change her lifestyle away, whether it was for that check or not. She is changing her lifestyle for this situation. I don't know exactly what was in that contract preventing her from doing this and that, but that Instagram page now looks like she's a true mother. And a couple of months prior, it was twerking, polling, ass, baby oiling,
Cheers to the come-ups.
I don't feel bad for him,
past
though.
that
I don't feel bad
stage.
for him because this is a dude who's been slaying other people's girls.
I saw a video of one of my friend's daughters, and when I tell you, and the cute girls and everything, and they was, one had the passenger door open, she was twerking out the door. They must have pulled to the side or something in traffic. The one was in the back twerking, one was on the back trunk twerking, and I said, I had to look and say, really, girls? But then I had to, flash back and say, if that were what was the thing to do when I was out there like that, would I be doing that? It's all in fun in some, in some regards. It's all in fun.
Here's the thing. Them dancing and twerking, I don't look bad as them sitting there being stroked by a complete stranger on the side of the road. Again, like you said, this is this day and time.
Yeah.
This is what this generation does. I always say I don't care if a young lady wears the tightest clothing in the world. That don't mean every dude that says, yo, come here, shorty, come here, mom, she letting just nut all over her ass.
Well, I mean, is it just being a tease, though?
I mean, I'll put it this way. First of all, nobody should take anything that doesn't want to be given to them. But again, it's all about the individual. You got some people who like to be teased. You got some people that like to tease. You got others that don't. I mean, my personal thing is, hey, if you're built a certain way, there's certain things you can't hide no matter what clothing it is.
Anyway.
But again, I don't want everyone, especially if I'm in a relationship with this person, I don't want everyone being able to see what I see.
Well, Gilly the King always has these great videos. I have one up on my page, actually. And he's saying, a lot of women are misunderstanding the fact that, when you do all of that, it does make you look a certain way. So just understand that.
Yes and no.
Okay.
He's right to a certain extent, yes, because again, he's probably my age, so you're an older person. But again, we have to also look at it from this generation. Okay. This generation, again, is a younger generation. They're a lot more free.
Right.
Again, we got to remember, this is a generation that has rainbow parties.
Yeah.
So this is a generation where a woman will let you have sex in her ass just to consider her still to be a virgin because she hasn't had vaginal sex.
Yeah.
So this generation is different. I guarantee you, if you could be younger, you would. I tell my son all the time, you're a lucky motherfucker because
I don't know if I would want to be so younger. I would just want to be able to freeze it at a certain point.
You want to be younger because this younger
but
generation.
But not that young, I'm saying.
All the
not
women have fat asses. I don't care what culture you're on. All the girls now have fat asses.
Well, how? Well, because they're younger?
I think it's, I'll be a lot of you now. I mean, no disrespect to anybody.
Right.
I think with the chemicals and stuff that they start putting in the food. Because you remember, a lot of the white girls now are built like they black.
Yeah, some of
Back
them
in
are
the days, their
yeah.
asses was flat as a fucking iron board.
Oh,
they may have had nice, pretty faces, but now, I'm not talking about Italian white girls, because you're still black, whether you want to admit it or not. I'm talking about pure white girls, are thick as shit. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Bodies are banging.
The,
I think it's the hormones in the foods
okay.
to where now they're catching up. Where as far as back in the day, so like I tell my son, you got your pick of the litter. You know, if you're into fat asses, pretty faces, and boobs, and nowadays back in the days, either a chick had a pretty face, maybe a little butt, or nowadays there are girls who have a top, a bottom, and a pretty face.
Right.
It's more common than it was back in the days.
That's true.
You know.
But, you know, at the same time, because there's so many girls, there's such an abundance. Girls aren't as good as, you know, we used to be good girls. We would not, like you said, like even with Kim, we weren't the cheaters. We were still wholesome.
Bullshit. Cheating been around forever and it ain't never going nowhere. No matter generation. A motherfucker gonna cheat, nobody gonna cheat. Like I said, generations is different.
But the
I understand
girls
what you're
are
saying,
not.
though.
We would fall in love with guys.
True,
like these girls are not trying to fall in love.
Oh, absolutely not. It's
They're
all
not.
about it's the come up.
They have too many options. We didn't have as many options.
I look at it from this standpoint when I try to tell young ladies who, you know, don't have the right things in their mind. Mm-hmm. Remember this. There are way more women in this world than there are men. Mm-hmm. So unless you want to turn gay, or man is what you truly want, you have to kind of understand, be a certain way, but still have a little understanding with
gotta have some
that there's a lot of fucking
morals.
competition out there.
You don't have to have morals either.
Probably not, but there's a lot of competition. There's a lot of competition.
Principles or morals, none.
Some don't. Some don't.
You don't have to.
No, I say some don't. Just because of the fact of the matter is, I always go back to this. A woman can walk in the club with a penny in her pocket and be the drunkest motherfucker in the club. Right. She looks good. She got a nice dress on, and I'm not mad at her. Because 7 out of 10 guys are gonna buy her a drink just to talk with her with the potential opportunity of smashing. Right. Not saying she's gonna let him smash, but just because a guy think he can smash, he's gonna sit there and buy a drink or two. And then once he catches on, she'll move on to the next one. So you can't blame her for that come up.
Use what you got.
You know, but don't be mad when you're 70 years old dying alone. That's my thing. I understand having your fun.
Where's the line? That's what I'm asking you. Where's the line drawn?
I think it has to be drawn when you're looking at someone who's in a great relationship and you want that. Once you see that and you know that and you truly understand what it takes to be in a relationship, I think then that's when it needs to stop. But unfortunately, I think a lot of times we get impatient, and we want it right then and right now. And we think, you know, it's going to happen right then and right now, and it doesn't. And because it doesn't, we think that, okay, it's not for us, and we go back to that shit. Yeah. And then you wind up hurting someone that actually was going to be that person for you.
Oh, Truth. What are you saying right now? Who are you talking to?
I mean, a lot of people out there, man.
Oh, shit. Good. I thought you was trying to put me on blast.
I mean, even back in the days, when I wanted to go from my whole days to actually being in a relationship and didn't realize I was actually in fucking one. Yeah. But I hurt the person so bad that it couldn't be done over. So it took me a long time, you know, to really sit there and say, yo, listen, you have to change everything about you in order to meet someone. And not saying the first person you meet is going to be that person, but you be patient, you'll find it. But you remember the heartache you cause and the shit you put other people through. You got to go through your trials and tribulations also.
You do have to go through that.
Can't get around that. So shout out to him and his family, and hopefully things turn out the best. There's no way in hell he's walking down the aisle with this young lady. No. It's not happening. But welcome to 18 years of child support. And if they go to college, you can...
23.
It goes on to be even more. All right, let's keep it moving.
All right.
Neo, I wanted to talk about this because I thought it was good to see this guy in the this side of the studio again. This is a guy who's a writer. He's wrote songs for a lot of people. He doesn't have to write or come out with any music because he's going to continue to get paid for about half the industry that he wrote for. So he's coming out with a new album, and it's good to see him. I think he's talented. I just was listening to 1 in a Million. Actually, I just played it last June 1st at the Low. And I was like, yo, I forgot this song was rocking like that.
Which one?
1 in a Million.
Oh, well, since you brought him up for our story, you know how to find my song.
What was it?
My song is Let Me Love You, because he says, now let me love you. I like the remix, and I can't sing, so that's it. But I think you got it from, if you knew the song that I was singing, that means I'm not that bad. But because the line says, until you can love yourself. And how come women can do that for men, but men can't do that for women?
Can't do what? See, you always
love you until you love yourself. I'm asking.
I think it's a two-way street. I always tell people that I don't care how you feel about it. Relationships are easy as shit. We make it difficult as hell.
I used to agree with you, but...
It is, because here's the thing. Treat them like you want to be treated.
Right.
And when it doesn't happen, you just move on. But unfortunately, whether it's finances or physicality, we continue to stay and get our head rocked, and you go through the trials and tribulations, and all of a sudden you start hating that person.
Yes.
Because you stayed with that person when you knew it wasn't going to work anymore for those wrong reasons. Now, I understand if it was a reason where you know you wasn't doing right, and now it's like, all right, I want to change.
No, a lot of times, and we've had this conversation a number of times.
Right.
A lot of times the kids are the reason, and that is not the wrong reason.
That is the wrong reason.
How? If you
because
can,
here's
listen,
the thing.
you can, somebody can be a good parent and a good family person. A lot of guys, you'll hear them, or they'll post their kids on the page. You don't see the woman. I be looking like, where's the baby mother? Why he don't put her up?
Because
a man can be a good family guy,
right,
but a horrible boyfriend or fiance or husband. So he's good when y'all are going to Great Adventure, and when the family as a unit are together. Individually,
right, after
everybody's asleep, he want to go creep.
Well, I mean, you have to understand, because here's the thing, if you don't truly know the person you're with, it's your fault. Mm-hmm. You have to know. If this person came in the door and went to the left, every day he went to the right, but today they went to the left, something's wrong. He or her, him or her, whatever it is. You have to understand the person you're with. You have to put the time and effort to get to learn that individual.
Right.
If or when you don't, it is what it is. But it does come to a point to where if me and you don't work, but that person still loves for the kids, then you have to let that person be the parent.
Right.
And understand that, okay, me and you are done, but now the parent is here. And don't stop that person from being the great parent. Let that person be the great parent. Just me and you, we done. So don't worry about who I'm with, who I'm fucking, who I'm with, as long as you're not bringing...
That's naturally realistic not to worry about who somebody else is with.
You have
There's two things I want to say. So when you finish, I'm going to say.
No, go ahead. Bring it,
sure?
bring it. Yeah.
All right. So first, you said, let them be the parent. A lot of times, men, because they are so conflicted and because of all of the distractions, I'm not going to say there aren't any. Women, there was this guy that they put that was sending, you guys probably are oblivious to it. There was this guy, and I mean, his piece, his schlong was so long, and we were all sending it through Facebook, and it was like, don't say anything, just send it. And you would open your Facebook, and he's like holding it, and it's like, and we're like, wowzers! But nobody's inboxing him. Like, we just like the look.
I know they're inboxing him for those individuals who just want their back broke, but you don't know anything about him. Okay, the nigga hung like a horse, but is he going to open the door for you? Is he going to take you out to dinner? Is he going to cook dinner for you?
Probably not, and that's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
We know that, and that's why we won't inbox him. When you see a girl and she's twerking in the thongs, you forget the fact that this is not a chick that you need to ruin your family over. That's what I'm saying.
Well, it depends. See, a lot of times you think you're a family and you're not. See, to you, you're a family, but to him, he's not. But because you didn't.
He's a family. He may not be.
Right, he's not the relationship. Right. Because
Right.
he's shown you that him or her have shown you that they're not in that relationship situation. You just continue to ignore it.
But you said that already. I'm moving past that. I'm on to the children. You said let him be a parent. A lot of men, I have these issues with a lot of men, even on my other show or posts where guys say it's the woman, she's bitter. She's holding the kids from the... A lot of times when a man is in that structure, he's a different man. Although he's in the structure, you give him the structure. So he's in the family mode, right? When he's outside of that family mode, he drops the ball with the kids too. And I have a video with Sean Wayans, He rings the doorbell. I don't know if it's from In Living Color, whatever. He walks in and says, and the girl says, what do you want? I want, you know what I want. I came to pick up my son. And then the little boy's in the car seat, and he picks him up. The music is playing. The music stops. He puts the kid back in the car seat, and he says, I'll be back in 2 weeks to pick up my son again. And he leaves. And she closes the door. She's like, he's such a good father. You know what I'm saying? Because we try to get whatever we can. A lot of times when they're out in the single, back in the single mode, they drop the ball on being a father. And when you say, my second part of what you were saying about don't worry about who I'm fucking, don't worry about who I'm with, that becomes to consume him. Just like the relationship part consumed him. And he felt like he was, you know, being sucked into this. The street or the single life starts to consume him. So you have to worry about what he is doing with those children when the family structure is broken. He's not the same father either. Okay? So he's partying more. He's spending more time with women, more than one. Because now he might have been sliding off with 1 or 2. Now he can be with 5 or 6 or 10. So he doesn't have the time anymore. And in his mind, he's like, I'm still a good father. I picked my kid up 2 months ago. Whereas you were living with your child and you saw your child every day, even though you may not have been paying attention.
Well, that's the guilt part of it. And I always say it's guilt fathers. Where someone says when the last time, or a good family member or a good friend is, how's your child? And then you realize, shit, I didn't see my child, and now you want to go see him.
Right.
That's totally different. I'm talking about, you know, like I said, there are different categories and structures for every situation.
But I just want to speak for the single
absolutely.
mothers who are getting a bad rap.
Not every mother's a bad mother. Absolutely not. There are a lot of mothers out there who want you to see
all single mothers aren't bitter, and they just try to protect their child. They don't necessarily care who you're fucking.
Just 99% of the time, they are. But, no, there are different situations. You shouldn't or can't force anyone to be a part of their kid's life.
Right.
Again, you just have to go through the headaches and the curse outs or whatever by the child, thinking you're the reason they're not together. But that child does grow up, and I guarantee that child will apologize to you. Take it from a guy who does have older kids. And they'll realize that a lot of the stuff that was said ain't true.
Right.
Because you do have a lot of people that do say things. To this day, I've never said anything bad about either one of my kids' mothers in front of my kids. Even though things have been said bad about me. That's just not me. That's not who I am. And again, when the kids get older and they start to comprehend common ass sense and right from wrong,
sometimes
they're going to
you're
start
not
realizing.
around. You know, we're in the kitchen on the phone. The kids come in to get an ice pop. They overhear stuff.
Well, I'm not going to have. That's just
You're
me.
not there, so they don't hear you talking bad about the baby mother.
That's just
okay?
me. I'm not. I don't. You know what I mean? I'll never, you know, do it. Again, that's just me, and it's not my category. And Neil, this is a guy who did go through a bad situation with a woman who he thought the kid was his, and he signed the birth certificate, and come to find out once he did the DNA test that the kid wasn't his. But because he did sign the birth certificate, the judge made him take care of the kid, and him and the mother of the child came to an agreement. He gave her a one lump sum, and she literally disappeared with the child. A good guy who wanted to be there for a kid even though the kid wasn't his, who's not involved in the kid's life because of the kid's mother. If he gave her a
one lump sum, that means he didn't want to be there for the child.
It wasn't that. It's just more lines of...
He said, I'm paying you to disappear.
No, it wasn't that. It just was more lines of when you go through the hurt. And remember, man, you sat there and rubbed this chick's stomach, and you believed that this was your child the entire pregnancy. You saw the birth. You held the child. You created that bond, and that's not your biological child. That's a lot of hurt and pain for a person to go through. Yeah. Because the child he does have now, I guarantee, he did make sure that woman took a paternity test. And she didn't argue, was upset. Let's go do it. Let's go.
She knew
I don't want you to go through any issues, any problems, believing that this may or may not be your child.
Right.
So, shout out. It's good to see you back in the suit. Yeah, shout out. It's good to see you back.
I love you.
I love your music. I love you. I love your acting. You're one of the guys who I actually...
He's not the best actor. Well,
I like him. I do like him as an actor. There are a lot of other artists out there that do acting, and shit is horrible. Yeah. You know, he's not the worst.
DMX used to talk like this in every movie.
He was DMX, so he could have sat there in boxes. You still would have loved the movie because he was DMX.
Yeah, I mean, he had the personality.
Yeah, he has
wasn't
that
an actor,
personality that makes you love him and as an artist and actor or whatever. So, man, I can't wait to hear it. Me, Daz,
Baby
a lot
making
of great,
music.
Yeah, a lot of great artists, and unfortunately, with a lot of this hype music out here, we don't have that great sit there, listen to, look at a woman, damn, I miss you, I love you, I care about your music. We don't have
and
that.
And we can't forget Kelly and Dema. I mean, you can't go to a party without that song.
That is true. You just like, just hit.
And you never get tired of that song.
At all. Yeah, next, I think I'm going to
Good music has no expiration date.
It truly doesn't. It truly doesn't. You know what I thought about on the way driving to the studio? I was like, yo, album I haven't listened to in a while? Mac Wild's album.
Yeah. Well,
because it brought it back. I don't know if he's coming back any more music because he's doing a lot of acting now.
Yeah.
But I was like, yo, that brought it back to the days when you was rocking, great music. Yeah. So shout out to Neil, man. I know, we got this music coming. So, we're looking forward to it. We're just going to touch bases on Love and Hip. We're going to go too much into it. We're a little pressed for time right now. But Love and Hip Hop, what is it, season 7?
Yeah.
Season 7. Like, I'm looking at these characters, especially, oh my gosh.
Well, if we look through the whole list, we need to go through each one.
Good.
Tommy got fired for threatening the makeup artist.
Tommy got fired because Tommy has drug issues and she has substance abuse issues. Let's put it like that. Right. That's just real.
Yeah.
I wish her the best.
Another Jocelyn. I mean, she came and took Jocelyn's place. So
Jocelyn wasn't that fucking bad on camera. Jocelyn might have been a little disrespectful, but towards the end, yeah. But I'm just like, this chick was full blown mixing Hennessy and motherfucking Chardonnay and then downing the shit like it was fucking water.
Yeah.
So, if you really been watching Tommy, she was really done on a lot of the scenes. You could tell she was done on a lot of the scenes. So she's no longer now. Now, if she clean herself up, they're going to bring her back.
Yeah,
because the bitch got drunk.
Yeah.
But, what I didn't know about Tommy kids are fucking grown.
Yeah, they're
and Tommy not that. Tommy younger than me.
Yeah, they're like 14.
No, I think the oldest one's like 21, something like that. Yeah, the oldest one, not the younger daughter, the oldest daughter.
Oh, I didn't know that.
She's old enough to drink.
Well, she's not drinking with her mama.
But I'm just like, holy shit, Tommy, you was pushing him out early, okay. But her scenes obviously were money makers, made people want to watch.
But that's what kills me about the whole Love and Hip Hop franchise, right?
Right.
So they bring the drama. I mean, they want you to bring the drama, but then when you bring the drama, they want to fire you for the drama. Like, how can you put a lid on drama? It's like
I can say it's controlled drama. Controlled drama. Now, people may not understand, may not know, a lot of this stuff is scripted. Mm-hmm. So there are a lot of things that happen scripted that...
Well, it's hard to be scripted when you let everybody drink before you start filming.
Well,
they do.
Obviously she's been doing a lot of drinking, or a lot more than drinking prior to.
I'm saving my Twix for later.
So again, like I said, there's a lot of stuff.
Chics and Flics.
There you go.
No, right now it's Twix, Chick, and Dick.
Twix. Oh my God.
No disrespect, but that's what we have right now.
You're good. But scripted, but obviously threatening people, it's not gonna happen. Because you gotta remember, these people have kind of learned from a lot of stuff they went through. Mm-hmm. Love New York, with the fights they were having with Constance, fighting on the reunion show, fighting on stage, and a lot of stuff they try to keep out of it. They've been learning from the years prior.
Right.
So yes, they do want drama, but they don't want it
they don't want
to get to a point to where
they don't want a lawsuit.
They don't want lawsuits. So they don't want it to a certain extent.
Right. Now.
So yeah.
Rashida approached Jasmine Well, Jasmine's been stalking Rashida, we should say.
Yo, shout out to Jasmine, yo. And shout out to Jasmine's child support check. Because those of you who may or may not, Jasmine looked like a dime piece now compared to the last season where she was just kind of cute.
Yeah.
She got the hair proper, the proper gear, shit. So she getting a nice little check from Kurt Frost. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I do give her credit to a certain extent. She does want Kurt involved in her child's life. It's not like she's sitting there still wanting Kurt to slide up in late night.
That's probably why he's not checking for her.
Nah, he probably still want to hit that shit late night. You know?
That's what I'm
saying. But,
you
know, it's not like she's, according to the show, she just wants him to be a part of the life.
Well,
Jasmine wants her son to know his brother and his sister.
Okay, so when I was reading the comments under the story about Rashida and her showdown in Texas, when she went to Texas.
Yes.
You don't do that. That's her business. That's
yes, you do.
thing.
Yes, you do.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I say this one because you showed up, you know, and
she had no other choice.
The producers was going to make this happen on camera.
Yeah.
Period. Whether it was Houston or press. Right. They were going to have Jasmine show up at a time. It just happened to be in Houston.
It was a grand opening
of press. I give shout out to Rashida. She contained herself. She didn't go, balls out and try to snatch the girl hair out. Now, Rashida, 7 years ago, would have did that shit. I don't know what you say. But she's grown, and she did speak to Jasmine.
And the rumor is she's pregnant.
Right. Hold on, Rashida's pregnant?
The rumor is that Rashida's pregnant.
You knew that was going to happen. You knew that was coming.
It's the same with Peter and Amina and Tara. Tara was not, Amina was not going to let Tara have the last gun.
The one I hate that shit is because Amina was pregnant and had an abortion.
Right.
And then as soon as she found out Tara's pregnant, now she want a baby. That's the reason I don't fuck well on that one. But, I didn't hear about the rumors. Thanks for that one. But you knew that was going to come because Rashida's going to have the baby.
You have to have the last one.
But again, I say to Rashida, I'm sorry, no disrespect, but Jasmine ain't the first or won't be the last chick he fucking. Because unfortunately...
Even after all this, losing your family, losing the opportunity to think that you can get back with her. Right now, when the whole thing, when he shows up and she lets him in, you could see how he's walking behind her like, I knew I was getting back in.
Yeah.
All right.
I would say
that. So you guys always think you're always going to be able to come back.
To his extent, yes. And the reason why I say this is because this is a man who cheated on season 5. What was season 5?
Right.
He slid up, you gave me a pass.
Right.
So I'm nutting the chicks in the hot tub and shit. And what she did, she let him back in, right? She's already showed him.
Everybody has a limit.
He just didn't have a kid with somebody, which is why he was nervous as shit.
Right.
Because you had nigga, how you slide and roll in a stripper, nigga, not a porn star, a stripper.
Oh, strippers don't have to have HIV test?
Well, I'm not saying that. It's just strippers don't have AIDS tests every week like porn stars do.
Oh.
It's a big difference. Porn star, every time, a stripper, every time they leave the club, 9 out of 10 of them leaving the club with one of the dudes there.
Right.
Who are sliding. I'm not saying they're running raw, but they're sliding up in them.
Right.
So
my question.
Yes.
How come it's not enough when you almost lose everything? The only way to learn is to lose
because he's been taught
completely.
He's been taught that no matter how many times he's done this, Rashida's gonna let him back because Rashida's worried about having her family.
Right.
Rashida's a big family person. So because he has that now, if he cheated on a chick, it was like, nigga pie, I'm on to the next one, he wouldn't be the same person. But he's dating a person who is big on family. No matter how many times he cheats, she's going to let him back. So that's just going to be that situation.
I really
shout out to
Rashida.
Jasmine,
I want Rashida
looking like a dime piece.
Get somebody.
It's not her character. You got people that remember, this is a chick who... Kurt Frost and her have been married for damn near 20 years.
Yeah.
Now, those who remember Rashida, you're a big fan of Rashida like I was back in the days. This is a chick who talked about rusty trombones and getting her back blown out.
Oh, that's where he taught me about that.
In a long time. Yeah.
He told me what that was.
Yeah, you saw the picture?
So you got that from Rashida?
He used to get that from, like, Rashida, her lyrics, those you...
Oh, okay.
Because a lot of times, we've seen Rashida so long that a lot of people forget Rashida's an artist. Well, she used to be an artist. She used to put out music. And you think Trina was nasty. Rashida was nasty as shit.
Really? I got to check out her old
You know what I mean? You check out
that.
Rashida's old shit. Rashida was like, holy shit. Boo, can you do that to me tonight type music. And, you know, her, until Love and Hip Hop, a lot of people don't know her first were married.
Right.
A lot of people thought Rashida was single, and her husband agreed that that was the best case for her career. But because they started making money from press, her jewelry, because she was making more money off her jewelry before press. And press just allowed her to get her, and Love and Hip Hop allowed her to get her jewelry, not her jewelry, her product out there, not just clothes and jewelry, out there a lot to a broader fan base now. So now she doesn't have to record music anymore to still eat. And it's what she did what you were supposed to do as an artist. You know, you ain't gonna be 20-year-old but so long.
Right.
And you need to make sure that you're making money on top of just your music career.
Well, I see that Scrap after his, thank God he made his, he survived that crash. Did you see the video?
No.
Okay, so he had a bad automobile accident with one of his friends the other day, maybe
so he is
3
out of
days
jail.
ago. They didn't press charges against him.
Okay.
And they showed the video. One of the light poles or whatever had a video of it, right? So he ran into a pole. He was checked for a DUI. He didn't have anything in his system, so they're not charging him.
Shout out to him.
He's saying that was sleep deprivation. He was coming from a strip club. I thought he gave up the strip clubs because he got Bam back.
Well, a lot of times you got to understand his music career is not what it used to be either.
Right.
So
well, that was my question. Is
when
he,
a strip,
is he still doing good? Because he just released a new
He just released,
song.
but it's just not like when he was with Little John, when he was all over the world touring. What happens is you have a club owner who knows you go to strip clubs a lot, and you have a lot of strip club owners will pay you $5,000 to come through. To come through for a couple of hours, hold the mic, say a couple of words, and then go home. So, you know, things like that happen. But shout out to him for not having shit in the system, because they would have loved to sit there and say another black man drunk and high coming from a strip club. So shout out to him on that one. I'm happy him and Bam back together.
Yeah,
I thought when they went through that little outburst on Love and Hip Hop, I knew those were two individuals that did care about each other. They just needed to get the bullshit out the way.
Yeah.
And the pride.
Right.
And I knew they would have a great relationship. So shout out to them on that one.
So, I mean, you think he's done cheating?
Yeah. And I think he's been done cheating. I think this is a guy who went through the trials and tribulations and wanted that family and that woman at home situation.
So what's the difference between him and Kurt? Why?
Him and Kurt is, Rashida's not the kind of temperament Bam is. Bam from Compton. Bam gonna say, shut the fuck up, throw your hands up, nigga. Rashida's not that person. So Scrap needed the woman that's gonna give him as much attitude as he's gonna give out. And once a man get that, he in love with it. He like, hold on, that bitch not gonna go to sleep because I told her to go to sleep. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Rashida's so much of a pushover. I love her. I love the fact that she's classy. We need one classy chick on the show.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that she should have thrown a drink. I think that's so played out. You know what I mean? She kept her composure. She is the wife. As they said, a lot of the comments were saying, Jasmine, don't expect the same benefits.
But that's the thing,
You're
she's
not
not.
the wife.
Jasmine's not sitting here saying, Kurt, why you ain't spending time with me? Everything out of Jasmine's mouth is about the child. Come take him. Don't sit here in front of me with him. Come take him and spend time with him.
Taking that child over to his family is just not.
Now it's still going to be kind of raw. That wound is still kind of fresh. It's still kind of open.
Yeah,
so what Jasmine has to
understand,
it's going to take time. So it will happen. But again, I give her credit because words out her mouth isn't. I want you to come through and spend time with just me and the kids.
Right.
I don't want Jasmine like shit. Bring Rashida and the kids along. Let's go.
Right.
So shout out to her. She ain't talking about let's be.
She
ain't talking about let's be family. She not.
Right.
She know that. You know what I mean? Jasmine, moms is fine as shit too. Shit, the grandmas too. Got some good genes in that motherfucking family. Shit, Kurt, you good. Your son gonna be handsome as shit, dog. You good. They got some good genes over there.
All right, who we missing before we go?
We'll run over real quick. Put it like this. We wanted to just run over real quick. We're going to be having shows on a regular basis now. So we're going to give you detailed episodes. Again, Chicago's coming back, and there are a lot of other show episodes. So I want you to start really following us on the Instagram page and also the Facebook page, because we're going to be posting a lot of things on there and more into detail now. But we just wanted to touch bases on some current stuff and some episodes from that. So, you know.
Well, I have a quick rundown.
Absolutely. Let's go.
Okay, so Lil Wayne won his case.
Yes, thank you for bringing it up, because I forgot all about it. He got getting $10 million from Cash Money.
Yes.
Shout out to him on that one. But, you know, let's wait for you to get the money.
Yes.
You won the case.
Right.
But it'll probably be appealed for like 7,000 times on that one. So. But
shout
shout out, man, you won the case.
On that, Blac Chyna's rumored to be pregnant.
Hold on, what?
Blac Chyna's rumored
and that's
to
a
be
fucking
pregnant.
thought right there. You talking about a fucking thought? That's a thought.
We're just doing a rundown.
Yeah.
Because we could go on and on.
Hell yeah.
Her mother is the reason for that. So, Tokyo, it's over. Sit down. Post Malone, the reason I bring this up, he has face tattoos. I have a lot of tattoos. My question is, you know, is it ever too much, though? Like, he put always tired under his eyes. Is that to hide his bags? I don't know.
Hey, if you're in a position where you don't ever have to look for a job,
then
knock
you
yourself
do what
out.
you want to do.
Yeah.
Okay. So Anthony Bourdain and Kate Spade committed suicide this week, both of them.
Condolences to the family.
Yes. Kate Spade sent a letter to her 13-year-old daughter saying, "I love you. Ask your dad." And the rumor is that he was looking for a place to move out. She kills herself, leaves her 13-year-old daughter behind. That was like a sarcastic statement in your letter to say, ask your dad. It's selfish. I know that some people are committing suicide because of substances. Some side effects of some medications say suicidal thoughts. So everybody that has committed suicide may not have really thought they were committing suicide or realized that they were. You know, if you're getting a suicidal thought and you're mixing it with this good alcohol right here, you might commit suicide, and tomorrow on your way up to the clouds or downtown, you might be like, oh shit, I shouldn't have done it. But I'm just saying, although suicide prevention is very pivotal, is, you know, right now, a lot of celebrities are taking that route. Anthony Bourdain was in Paris in some 5-star hotel. That's why I call it selfish. There's plenty of us that can't pay our rent. We have more than one child. Both of them have one. And we're not committing suicide because our children need us. You know what I mean? So I'm not in any way taking away the pain and anguish of depression, but it is a selfish act along with that. So, you know, I think that we need to really try to figure out what's going on chemically with people so that we can catch them before they make that last kick the chair from under them and hang on. She had a scarf around her neck. Like, she's a designer, and she killed herself with a designer scarf. Like, come on, people. That's, I think, my rundown.
All right, well, shout out to the family and condolences to the children that they left behind. And, you know, it's rough to lose a parent no matter what your age is, but to lose it at a younger age, it's
and when
definitely...
they chose to leave you.
Yeah, it's definitely not a good thing. So, again, shout out to them and their family. We're back.
Yes, we're back.
Have fun. Look forward to us. Again, videos coming soon. Instagram, Facebook, and stuff like that. Any last words before we get out here, E?
No, I'm just happy to be here and check us out. I'm gonna now I'm quiet and humble now that I'm done talking.
She's checking herself out on the TV screen. She was all the time. Don't worry about it. All right, y'all. Thanks again for tuning in with us. Again, we're gonna have a specific date and time. Our photo shoot is coming up. So again, we're busy just because you don't see us. We're not talking to you. Don't think we're not being productive, because we are. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching Power. Again, if you are interested in joining us, hit us up, or you can email me at d.smalls@truevibetv.com, or just hit us up on any of those Instagram pages. Peace out, y'all.
Peace.
With some laughter, or will we still scatter? I wonder if our praise got murked today. Would paints be any better or more decay? Yeah. Through the looking glass, wonder, oh, I wonder, man, would this forever last? Yeah. Through the looking glass, wonder, oh. Team full of winners, they want us losing. Hustle time, all about the Gouda. Move, beach, old school looter. Hustle time, stacking up bread. I don't give a shit, I'm just trying to get fed. Hustle time, watch as I shoot up. Move.